Worship. You can't speak of worship without speaking of His presence. So what are you expecting to hear? Words that tingle the sensation of your ears and command your hands towards applause that should sound. I know His word says where 2 or 3 are gathered, He is there in their midst. But I'm unusual about this moment. It's no more church as usual. It's no more Sunday services as usual. I recognize that His presence is here in our midst, but our presence is beyond the geographical location of a church. It's the mental awakening of your consciousness of His presence within you. So what is worship? Worship is knowing the gathering of people with the same faith. For His word says we of the new covenant and testament, we have become the temple. So why do you worship? What's the reason for your motivation in worship? Worship is knowing the brilliant computation of sounds from the instrument. It is more in the vocal clarity of a worship leader. Worship is knowing the sensation, rhythms, blue vibes from the keyboard. Hey, listen, it's not just in the perfect outfit of a choir leader. Neither is it in the award-winning voices of the backup singer. It's your mental consciousness that resurrects your inner man to recognize and experience His presence. Because in worship, He flaunts my heart like an ocean of peace. He calms my turbulent, troubled life. In worship, He is breaking every chain that has held me bound from living life according to reach or desires. He's answering the very question that deafens my curiosity. He's reassuring me about my pathways when the direction of my purpose and destiny are shown in clear. I know there are times you tell yourself, like your flesh tells you, you're inadequate, you're guilty, you're limited, and your makeup is imperfection. And you shouldn't raise your hands to worship. But let me remind you of the word that says, come boldly before the throne of grace. For my sake and your sake 2,000 years ago, the curtain of demarcation was torn from top to bottom. So He said, lay aside your garments of filthiness and come boldly before the throne of grace, that you might obtain mercy. I know there are times your faith fainted, and your patience wailed in pain. I know there are times anxiety weighed you down and circumstances overturn you like a tsunami. And you have 1,001 reasons not to worship Him. But I dare you to worship. I dare you to give worship to Him that stretches the earth like a curtain. I dare you to give worship to Him that clothes Himself with glory. I dare you to give worship to Him that created the foundation of the earth just by words and created seasons just by thoughts. To the most perfect lover. For my sake and your sake, He will come those close that even the air cannot put asunder between. For your sake, He will go into a battle without being on the war. He quenched my thirst with understanding and satisfied my hunger with wisdom. So irrespective of the situation, circumstances, history, and present, I believe in the future when I come to His presence to worship. Worship isn't just a compilation of set of songs you call an album. To hold words to sit in the fence that your lips does not go inside. Worship is relationship. It is beyond rhythms. It is beyond sound. It is beyond your rays of music. It is beyond your perfection of outfit. It is beyond your makeups. Because in worship, there is full recommendation. In His presence, there is total forgiveness. In His presence, there is full restoration. In His presence, I find peace. I find healing. So I tell you today, brethren, that worship is beyond congregational. It is a personal walk with God.